The Second World War is probably one of the most iconic and captivating periods of modern military history, and a period of history that is often reenacted on airsoft fields across the country and the world. To participate in an event that replicates a World War II battle, though, you do need guns and equipment true to that era. World War II began in 1939, a period of time when the technological revolution was just starting to begin. Nations across the world had made a number of technological advances since the previous World War, and these advances showed up on the battlefield in the form of devastating weapons. Fully automatic firearms that were compact enough to be deployed by a single soldier, such as the Browning BAR and the Thompson submachine gun, were issued for the first time to US soldiers, in addition to semi-automatic M1 Garand that served as the primary battle rifle for the US forces. For German soldiers, the MP40 was a submachine gun of choice, while the bolt-action Kar 98K was the Army's standard issue battle rifle. Of course, there was a wide range of other firearms used by various nations that deployed forces in World War II, such as the Arisaka Type 99 bolt-action rifle used by the Japanese, and the Lee Enfield bolt-action rifles used by the British, in addition to a number of other rifles, LMGs, and submachine guns used throughout the war. Thankfully, there are a lot of World War II era airsoft guns that we are going to be able to help you choose from, and that also represents both from the Allied and the Axis powers. So we've boiled it down to 10 with 2 honorable mentions. Bear in mind, this is what I think are some of the 10 best World War II airsoft guns. Number 10, the Sten Mark II GBBR. Modeled after the Sten Mark II submachine gun used throughout World War II by British forces, this eye-catching airsoft replica features steel construction, realistic recoil, and open bolt full auto fire. The Sten was highly successful among insurgencies and resistance groups due to its simplicity and ease of use. The gun was easy to produce in large numbers, thus allowing for it to see extensive action in World War II. The airsoft version from Northeast is an incredibly faithful replica of the Sten. Its full auto shooting experience is exceptional, and its weight just makes you feel like you're holding a real piece of history in your hands. Number 9, the Marushin M1 Garand Tanker Superior Walnut Stock version. One of the most eye-catching World War II airsoft guns on the market today is the Marushin M1 Garand. It features hyper-realistic design, complete with a superb walnut stock that is sure to turn heads, in addition to a magazine that ejects from the gun when it's empty, much like the real M1 Garand magazine. Few guns from this era can be as iconic as the M1 Garand. This particular version was the Tanker, and it featured a shorter overall length as it served with tank crews. Aside from the aforementioned key points, this beautiful airsoft rifle also features some modern airsoft amenities such as an adjustable hop-up. Number 8, the KTW Mosin-Nagant 1891/30. Modeled after the iconic Mosin-Nagant bolt-action rifle used by the Soviet forces during World War II, this stunning battle rifle features incredible attention to detail, right down to the included ABS plastic bayonet. Probably the oldest represented entry on our list, the Mosin-Nagant was created as a direct result of the devastating loss the Russians had at the hands of the Ottoman Turks during the Russo-Ottoman War of 1877 to 1878. During this war, the Turks were armed with Springfield repeating rifles and inflicted incredible casualties upon the Russian Empire. The Mosin-Nagant was a joint rifle that was a combination of 2 different submitted guns. One was submitted by Sergei Ivanovich Mosin, the other one was from Leon Nagant. After finding the best of both submitted rifles, it was combined into one, creating the Mosin-Nagant. Number 7. The King Arms M1 Carbine CO2 gas blowback rifle. Modeled after the M1 carbine used by US forces, the King Arms M1 carbine is one of the more affordable World War II airsoft guns, in addition to it being one of the better performing options thanks to its high FPS. If you're looking for a lightweight, powerful, and affordable rifle that is true to the World War II era, then this beautiful replica is an exceptional option to consider. The M1 carbine was widely used by paratroopers as it was not as heavy and bulky as the M1 Garand. Though the stock of the King Arms is not real wood, it's highly realistic and already has a slightly distressed look about it. Number 6. the Umarex Legends MP40 CO2 version. Of all the World War II era airsoft guns available on the market, if you're looking for a submachine gun, few are going to be as iconic as the MP40 used by the Germans during World War II. The Umarex Legends MP40 perfectly mimics the MP40's design, in addition to offering great performance and a highly affordable price. The battle-worn distressing on the MP40 makes the gun look absolutely fantastic and can work well even as a display piece. An additional benefit that this gun brings to the table, it is ideal for reenactors or filmmakers, as it is very well made and highly accurate. Number 5. The Shoei MG42 or Machine Gewhr electric blowback rifle. Modeled after the MG42 machine gun that wreaked havoc on Allied forces throughout World War II, this highly realistic replica features an all-metal construction, a strong and satisfying recoil impulse, and built-in bipod. While it's currently one of the more expensive World War II airsoft guns, the Shoei Machine Gewhr 42 is also sure to be a prize of any collection. Probably most notable as one of the key machine guns used against the Allies during the storming of Normandy, this machine gun is one of the most well-made weapon systems of its time, and still has an effect on many of the current machine gun designs of today. Things like its interchangeable barrel and high cyclic rate are all aspects that have influenced modern machine guns as we know today, making the MG42 a weapon system far ahead of its time. Number 4. The RWA M1991 AEG. Modeled after the Browning M1919 used by US forces, this monster of an airsoft machine gun features a 5,000 round ammo crate box magazine, complete with dummy rounds that feed into the gun for a highly realistic experience. Did you know the dummy rounds also rattle when you shoot it? That's a pretty cool little touch. Iconically used by the Allied forces around the world, the M1919 was a crucial part to the war effort. Having seen combat in all theaters of war, the M1919 was not only a machine gun used in the battlefields of Europe, but across the grueling fights in the Pacific. Number 3. The ROC ZB26 Steel AEG Limited Edition. The ZB or VZ26 is a unique machine gun made by Czechoslovakia in the 1920s and went into production during World War II and saw extensive action. Being a considerably portable machine gun, it was easily embedded with many ground troops and bolstered the ability of the fighting capabilities of smaller units. The ZB VZ26 also influenced other machine guns such as the British Bren light machine gun and the Japanese Type 96 light machine gun. The airsoft counterpart from ROC is a faithful replication of the real steel version. Being made from real wood and steel, this gun feels very realistic. An added bonus is the price. It's very affordable. Any collector would be hard-pressed to pass this gun up, if you can still find any examples of it. Number 2. The G&G G980 Co2 Powered. The G&G G980 is a high-performing bolt-action rifle perfect for long-range World War II style engagements. While the design of the G&G G980 may not be as detailed as some expensive World War II airsoft guns, this rifle still offers an eye-catching construction as well as a great performance thanks to its high FPS. This rifle is great for distressing. Giving it a battle-worn look will really help bring it to life. It also comes with 2 magazines, making it a very capable rifle for gaming. Now it's time for our honorable mentions. RWA MG34. As machine guns go, this is about as iconic a weapon as you can get from the early 20th century. Produced in 1934, the MG34 was a recoil-operated, air-cooled machine gun used by the Germans during this period. In many aspects, this machine gun represented a shift in small arms tactics, as it was highly capable and was easily manned by a single soldier, and was widely considered the world's first general-purpose machine gun. The RWA MG34 is a faithful replica of this German icon, and is constructed from CNC aluminum and featured a real wood stock. Though it was not the most affordable airsoft machine gun, as it was a limited run of only 500 pieces worldwide. Sadly, you can't get your hands on it anymore. The G&G MG42. The MG42 is a highly significant machine gun as it was billed as the replacement for the more expensive and harder to produce MG34. Being highly reliable, the MG42 was extensively used by German forces during World War II and was even given the infamous nickname Hitler's buzzsaw. However, after the German defeat, this gun went on to serve as an inspiration that lent many aspects to later machine guns such as the Swiss MG51, French AA52, and the American M60, to name a few. G&G made an absolutely amazing reproduction of this gun, but it was also extremely heavy and, not to mention, very expensive. Though the gun shot and performed well, it was not widely produced, making it considerably harder to come by compared to some other entries on our list. Number 1. The RWA Lee Enfield No. 4. Modeled after one of the many Lee Enfield variant bolt-action rifles used by British forces throughout the Second World War, this stunning airsoft rifle features a hyper-realistic real wood and steel construction, adjustable sights, and a finish that is easy to modify for distressing. The No. 4 was first put through trials in the 1930s, and it was heavier than the original Mark I. This version from RWA, as previously mentioned, does feature real wood construction and steel parts. But the biggest draw to this gun is its ability to hide some more of its airsoft aspects. Everything is made in such a way that neatly conceals things like the hop-up adjustment point. This lends itself nicely to collectors, reenactors, and players alike that want a practical yet accurate representation of this iconic British rifle. For many of you that know me know that the World War II era is one of my favorite eras of firearms. Now, if you found any of the videos that we've used in the making of this video cool, go to the description and you can find all the links there, or you can click on the card above. And if you found any of the guns in this video cool, well, you can also go to the description and find links for those as well, or head over to our online store at www.redwolfairsoft.com. Now guys, like I said earlier in this video, this was my personal top 10 list. Now, what are some of the airsoft guns from the World War II era that are on your list? What are some of yours? I wish I could feature a few more M1 Garands in this list, but I felt like the tanker was a pretty good representation. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like this video, give us a like. If you thought it was cool, share it with your friends. And if you haven't done so yet, guys, I can't stress it more. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. And until we upload that new video, I will catch you next time. Have a good one.